Hi everyone, welcome to our show We the Women. As everybody knows, we don't believe in me, we believe in we. Would like to invite my co-host Veena Lambaji. Hello Veena
Thank you,
ji.
Rashmi. Thanks, Rashmi ji. Thanks, Rashmi ji and Janet ji and My Dream TV USA and We the Women live talk show. I'm Veena Lamba, and we have two very talented young ladies here, both doing amazingly well on their social handles. We have Rachna Bhatia and Nupur Arora right here.
Let's
Why don't
welcome
we
our
start?
guest. Hi everyone.
Hi,
Hi.
hi
Hi.
everyone.
I will like to share the journey on this show.
Sure.
Viewers, please click share if you're excited to know what's coming up next. How about clicking share? Anyway, I had the privilege of working with both of them at a fashion show I organized about 7 years ago, and I wanted all mothers to participate.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked with with the mothers and the models, and their clothing, jewelry, and makeup, and that was with Nupur. And one of the mom was Rachnaji, and
Awesome, awesome.
she walked the ramp as if she owned it. She was just amazing.
Fast.
So,
Thank you
and
so
She
much.
is
yeah,
gorgeous.
Ratnaji, I'm going to ask you a couple of things. I found out recently that you were in a lot of fashion shows in India. I didn't know that. And after you were winning the beauty contests, and then you were an MC, and you worked in a marketing and sales back home. Also, as a pastime, you did some baking and cooking classes. Can you share that journey, Ratnaji? After you moved to New York 10 years ago with your husband and two daughters, what did you do to keep yourself busy since you were
Okay,
working back home?
okay. Thank you so much for inviting me, Veena ji, and thank you so much, Rashmi ji. It's such a great pleasure. I don't really know if I deserve this to be here, but I'm really happy and glad that you
Good.
invited me and just to be able to share a little bit about my experiences. So, Veena ji, as you rightly said, I was in India before I came to the US 10 years ago. And yes, because of the way we traveled and because of my husband's job, we moved a lot around in India, and I did get a chance to, do a lot of things, dabble in a lot of things. From the time I got married, I decided that I wanted to stay home and take care of my kids. So whenever I did get a chance, I would, dabble in things that I really liked and which were close to me. But always I've had this that whatever situation or circumstances that life brings, I just like to embrace it and, make the best of what I get. And that's been my goal in life, and that's how I brought up my girls. So yes, it's
Wow.
been an exciting
Nice.
journey.
You are
That's
totally
really great.
deserving candidate. Don't say that, okay? And
Yeah,
I love the way you
everybody's there
have
deserving.
described your work and journey. It's so inspiring,
I
and what
agree. I
time
totally agree.
management you are doing.
Totally deserve it.
It's great.
Exactly,
Thank you.
exactly. And I have another young lady here, Nupur Arora. Um, Nupur, I would like to. I just realized that you got such a fantastic background. Bengali mom and a Punjabi father, and married to a Sindhi. Wow,
Yep.
Wow.
wow, that's great.
So
Amazing.
I'm a
And you have a daughter who's in college but home right now, I believe,
yeah,
because of the COVID-19.
yeah,
So, Nupur, after you moved here 25 years ago, you lived in a joint family. That's what you told me.
yep,
So did
yep,
you cook all kinds of different recipes with them? Which
yep.
inspired you to cook,
Well, so
make a cookbook?
I
Did you, wait a minute, let me ask you, did you try all the recipes you had in the vegan home book
yeah,
that you did?
yep, yep, yep.
Share some experience with us.
All
Tell
right.
us.
So yeah, so I'm a very crazy cocktail of Punjabi, Bengali, and Sindhi. So
Awesome.
I grew up with a Punjabi father and a Bengali mom. So food was a huge part of growing up, obviously. And then I got married into a Sindhi family. I knew nothing about the culture. I knew nothing about the food habits. So I came to New York as a newlywed. Ek hafta hua tha shadi ko. I came here. I was a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology. I was a NIFT graduate from India, so I was totally into fashion. I did that for many, many, many years. But after about 25 years of doing fashion, my passions had changed, my ambition had changed. Also, my daughter was much older, so food was like the next thing that I wanted to go into. I stopped. I closed out my fashion business, and then I was doing clothing, jewelry. A lot of you have worn my clothes and my jewelry out in Long Island. And then I went into culinary house training. I did a back of the house training for 3 months, and then launched my business, which was really just vegan Indian food and all. So I came out with the book. All the
Wow.
recipes, all even the pictures that are in the book are actually taken of real food that my family and my clients eat. So it's not something that was photoshopped, not something that a photographer did or styled. So it's, as authentic as I try to be. And that's my
Fantastic.
story. So yeah, it was interesting when I came into the Sindhi family, because the amount of oil that was used in everything, and I was this health conscious, nipped grad.
So thank you,
Working with
Veena ji,
models
for
all the
bringing
time.
them on
So
our
it was
show
funny, like the
because
amount of oil that was used in the food, the amount of heat that was used in the food. So I had to really adapt and learn very quickly. So we lived in the joint family for about 19 years. So there was daily cooking of food 2-3 times a day for 8-9 people. It was a lot
Wow,
of work.
that's
But
a
it
lot.
was like being in the military, because whether you were sick, whether you were dying, you still have to put in you're a part of a machine that needs to work. So you have to go and plug in your part, and it needs to work smoothly.
yeah,
So
I
it's
wanted to
it's been an
actually thank
interesting
Veena
journey.
ji for bringing both of you on board today because during this time people do have time, and of course, as you both are really good in the field of food, and this is the correct time for your tips and whatever you're going
Yeah.
to share with our viewers, it's going to be so beneficial. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's great talking to
And
both of you today.
Rachna ji, so
It's going to
before
be fun.
COVID-19 took place, आप कुछ ना कुछ तो करते ही थे ना? You were doing something before that, which has unfortunately stopped at the moment. So what were you doing before? Tell us,
Okay.
share
Okay.
something.
So the thing is that, like I mentioned, that I just embrace every opportunity that I get in life. So the backstory is that when I was back in India in Bangalore, I had my own baking business. It just started as a joke. I used to have bake these cakes, and my neighbor said, "Oh my God, your house smells so good. So can I just order something from your house?" I said, like, "Listen, I can just bake it for you." She said, "No, why don't you just take some money?" And it just started as joke, and it kind of became like a big business where I had so many people like going for my cakes and stuff like that. And when I moved to the US, it was very new to me, so I didn't want to continue with my baking, though I was still passionate about it. So then I went in because I always had a sense of style, and I loved fashion. I still love fashion. So I started working with Ann Taylor as a wardrobe stylist. Then I moved to bridals because I love bridals, and now have been currently helping a lot of Long Island brides finding the dress of their dreams. And I have customers from all over the world as well. So yes, that's what I'm doing. And also I'm just putting my toes into real estate because that's my other passion, because I have a little bit of a background in interior designing as well. So I just thought I
Wow.
could, so I mean, yes, I do a little bit of everything. And also, about 16 years ago, I came from a family where we only ate, like, seriously, like we were serious meat eaters. And I got married to in a family where they were vegetarians, and I joked about it. But I had these huge migraine issues and a huge inflammation issues. So I kind of stopped eating meat altogether, and that really changed my life. And then 7 years back, I read a book called Wheat Belly, and I almost stopped gluten. So that kind of helped me a lot. So now all those recipes that I've been, using at home and experimenting with food with my family, and that's what I'm like, planning to share.
So I just want to ask you, I mean, tell us about your family a little bit. You have, I believe, two daughters. How old are they and what are they doing right now? And your husband is back home
So
right now.
it's
All of you are home
so
at the
so
moment?
my husband is actually a data scientist and with IBM, and he travels all over the world. But fortunately for us, because of COVID-19, he's been home. My older daughter, who was away to college, she's graduating in May in the next 2 weeks, but she'll be graduating from home. And then I have a younger one who's in high school. So yes, a small, and of course I can't forget my dog. I have a cute dog called Oreo.
Oh, wow,
How
nice name. I love
cute.
that. That's a
he's
nice
our
Right?
name.
he's
Name.
he's he's our son, because I have two daughters, so he's our son.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
sweet.
And Nupurji, I know that you told me that you were doing DJ and then you're doing cooking classes. What else are you doing to pass your time? I know you did catering. So is it on hold right now, or I believe it's
No,
called the
well,
Queen's Curry Kitchen? Is it on hold
just
at the moment, or
just
what are you doing? So what are you doing now to pass your time?
I know
I know
it's
you're a
hard to
busy
keep
lady.
up. It's hard to keep up with me because I'm constantly like doing something, moving in and out of stuff. But just before COVID hit, I had actually launched a new company called Namaste Foods, which does Indian inspired foods. And my spice line called Queen's Curry Kitchen is one of the things that I make. So I make pre mixed spice blends and basically it reduces your cooking time to literally 10 minutes. That's what I make. So there's something for tikka masala, there's something for a barbecue. So it just basically simplifies your time in the kitchen. You just have to dissolve it in water and put it on top of your vegetables or chicken. You get all the curries. So no roasting, no cutting, no sauteing. Kuch bhunna nahi hai, ghar mein smell nahi aayi, nothing. So that was just taking off. But I was actually working out of an incubator kitchen, which is a shared kitchen out in Suffolk County. And then once COVID happened, I just wasn't confident about making something from there and bringing it to people. So I haven't been able to go. Plus, I had COVID early on in March. So it took me a while to recover from that. But I never really went back to the commercial kitchen. When I got better, I started to get a lot of phone calls from people who either live on Long Island or live in New Jersey, but their parents live in Queens somewhere. So they started to ask me if I can get food to their parents. And it was completely not planned, but they started to contact me. And I said, I can do it, but I cannot deliver because I don't have a car anymore. My husband is a restaurateur and he has restaurants in Manhattan. So he takes the car so that he can be safe and he doesn't have to use public transportation. So then they said, you know what, we'll come and pick it up. But our parents really need food. So right now there's just a lot of senior citizens that are being served. Their children pay for the food, or they'll pay for the cab delivery, and then the food goes to these senior citizens. So somehow, I don't know, it was God's will that I cannot serve my parents because they live in India, but I'm able to do it for somebody else's parents. I'm very happy. It's very simple, sada ghar ka khana. There's not too much heat in it. Everything is made with olive oil and sea salt. So it's simple food, but they're obviously loving it. My other passion is, of course, RJing. You might have heard me on Radio Mirchi and 1600 AM as RJ Nupur. I used to do the evening drive time. So, I do online classes for people all over the world. It's just something that I do. I have books that I'm writing. I'm working on recipe cards. Just something or the other to keep the mind creative and productive. That's what I'm all about.
Nupur, I just heard that you had a bad experience with COVID. Can you just share a little bit about that? Because I know it's all over the world right now. And
yes. No, I'll definitely tell you.
A little bit, tell us.
The actual fever lasted about 10 to 11 days. And by the 8th so the second day, I lost my sense of smell and taste altogether. So the taste buds were completely dead. I couldn't smell or taste anything. By the 8th day, I started having breathing problems. So I would lie down and I would feel like I couldn't breathe anymore. Just if I'm falling asleep, I felt like I would just suffocate. So at that time, I went for testing, but I think it was so early on in the game that they refused to test me, and they sent me back saying that the tests were for first responders, and then I should just go home, wait it out. If it gets really bad, then I should go to the hospital ER. So that's what I did. I waited it out. There was really no medication except for Tylenol, and the fever pattern is kind of very strange. You get chills, then you get hot, then you get chills, you get hot. So it's kind of like you don't even know what's going on with your body. The body aches, oh my God, the soreness is beyond everything. Like on the third day, I was literally praying that if I die, I think it's going to be less painful than going through this. It's as if, 3-4 trucks are walking over your body. It's every single muscle is sore. It's very painful. So I had isolated myself, and, the family was doing what they could. But I still had to get up, and nobody else knows how to cook. They don't have the skills, so they were actually using all my masalas to make food, which was good because you don't have to.
That's a good thing. I'm gonna be one of them to take. I'm gonna be as soon as I can get them. I'm gonna get all of them.
I'm ready when you are.
I want to have
experience.
I know.
But I'll tell you what really helped me to recover, and I think it was a lot to do with the breathing exercises. So I did a lot of Qigong, Chinese breathing. I mean, I think if you do Anulom Vilom or whatever Baba Ramdev teaches, I think that would probably have a good effect because it really focuses on the lungs and opening up the lungs and, strengthening the lungs. So basically, this disease tries to immobilize you first so that it can get to your lungs really quickly. So the more conscious you are of how it's trying to get you down, the, higher you can be. Also, like at least drink 10% of your body weight in vitamin C, like juices, citrus juices, 10% of your body weight. So if you're 120 pounds, then drink at least 12 glasses of orange juice on the first day. Don't eat anything. Jaise aapko lagta hai bukhar ho raha hai, or you feel that you're not coming down with something, up your vitamin C, up your zinc. I did a lot of oils, like, the doTERRA oils with the peppermint, the eucalyptus in the diffuser, also drinking them in the water 3, 4, 5 times a day. It was a long road to recovery. Stamina is still not back yet. There's COVID-related alopecia, so I'm losing a lot of hair. There is, so there was and then it comes out as a part of there's a skin condition that you get. So it's like all kinds of things, everything described by the book. I went through all of those things.
Oh my God.
And yeah, and so like zero support system, so you really have to get up and be on your feet. So my husband helped out with like doing the dishes or doing the jharu pocha once in a while, but that's about it. But yeah, so
You
a
need that
lot
help.
of the inventory came in very handy. I have like a khichdi premix, I have a dal premix, a sambar premix. You just take it, boil it in water, and it's ready. So my family made use of that. At least I know I'm
So
selling a good product.
at least thank God that you got over it, because my son-in-law, he's a doctor, and he was telling me that when the cases come in the hospital, he's in charge of the ER department, so he's
Yeah.
here. He says not an easy thing, and he says now
It's
the
bad.
cases, a lot of kids are coming in, which is really
Yes.
sad. And
Yes.
we should pray for the whole world to
Yes.
recover from this disease. It's really
Absolutely.
taken over everybody in all kind of jobs, atmosphere, any kind of position. It's sad what
Yeah.
happened to everybody. And
And
everybody's on
I'm
hold.
telling you this
Really sad.
in my deepest moments of pain. Yes, I did want to get better, but one thing I always put out in the universe is that this should not even happen to anybody's worst enemy. It is such a nightmare.
Right.
I only had a brief encounter with it. So imagine people who have that intensity. I think it's really very, very ugly. It's extremely painful. And to have a loved one, die in a hospital where you can't even see them, I think that's really, really sad.
Yeah, that is very sad.
That's really sad.
But thank God that you recovered from it and you're back to some routine that you're doing.
No,
a lot of
my clients told me, that we prayed that you would get back on your feet so we could eat your food again. So I think उनकी दुआएं काम आ गई.
है ना, that's अच्छी बात है. तो जैसे भी है, अब ठीक तो हो गया ना.
Yes.
ये बात तो है.
So their prayers were really making me happy.
तो रचना जी आप बताएं, आप since you said आप सब घर में हो, तो आप काम पे नहीं जा सकते, आप घर में ऑनलाइन में कर रहे हो या कैसे, क्या कर रहे हो आजकल पास टाइम करने के लिए?
So, this has actually been like a boon because we are getting to spend some time as a family. Past few years, my daughters have been so busy. I used to just see them in the morning and then see them late at night just to kiss them, good night or whatever. And they've been having a very hectic, and so are we. Like we in our day-to-day life, we are really very busy. So, all our hobbies and things that we like to do, they just take a backseat. So I just kind of, I have been growing microgreens. So I just put out this video on Facebook because I thought it could help some of my friends, because there's something I do because we were in a lockdown situation. So I just put that video out, and I was bombarded with messages. My friends said, "Oh my God,
I was one of them. I was one of them.
They were saying, "Oh my God, this is such a good thing. Why don't you do something?" Because all of them know that I was very passionate about like cooking and baking, and I'm more like very health conscious. So I've been following, like I do the 80-20. So 80% of the time I eat healthy and 20% is sometimes I indulge. So they said, why don't you share it and why don't you start something? So that's how I came up with this channel, which I've just started. It's called sweetpeas.ny. Honestly, I never thought I'll get such an amazing response, but I'm really getting such good feedback, and I'm thankful that this virus, though it's very vicious, sorry to hear about it, Nupur, but it has also given us a chance to widen our base and think about different things out of the box. And it also you can think that every life, like I said, life gives you opportunities and you just have to take them.
Reset button. It's a reset button for all of us.
Yes. And yes, so just like focusing on life and breathing and yoga, that's what I do, and meditation, keeping yourself centered and building immunity. So that's what my channel is all about. Yeah, that's
we all have to do some kind of we all have to do some kind of exercise, some meditation every day. So I think that's very, very good. That helps everybody.
Yeah, so this channel is all about, just some of the ideas that I have and some of the ideas that I've been incorporating in my life. I'll be putting it out there for everybody. So,
and I believe you did some baking too, because I remember I did one of your recipes.
Yes. So yeah, like I said that, yes.
Yeah, please share us the experience and tell us something about that.
Yeah, Veena ji, like I said, like I am more into gluten-free because of that book I read, and it helps a lot. So yes, I did put out a recipe. It's called the blender banana bread. Like I said, I want my recipes to be quick and easy because modern woman has no time.
No time.
So this is a very easy recipe, and anybody can make it. You just take 2 cups of oats, 2 eggs, 3 bananas, half a cup of honey, half cup dates, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a little bit of salt, and vanilla essence if you want. Mix it all together in the blender and pour it into a loaf pan. Put it at 370 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees centigrade. And 25 minutes, you have a banana loaf, which you can have. It's super nutritious, it's healthy, it's very filling. You can have it for breakfast. So, yeah.
Right. Wow, that's great. And you, it's in your you. I mean, you have the recipe in your
It's,
YouTube channel, right?
yes, it's on my YouTube channel. It's called sweetpeas.ny. And I will share the link later on if you want.
Great, great. So, Nupur, what else you do to make yourself happy every day? What do you do to meditation? क्या करते हो आप?
Well,
सुबह उठ के क्या करते हो? What is your routine? You get up, you pray to God. What do you do?
I get up and I say, okay, guys, we are in business. Let's do this. Let's grab this day by the horns. So yes, I do that. But I became acutely aware of the fact that I was lacking a good self-care system in my life. So the COVID situation really made me aware of that. So I'm trying to stick to, the breathing exercises, which I like to start my day with. I think it helps to center me. Also, I have a midday meditation. So like at 2:30, when everything is totally crazy, sometimes you've skipped your lunch, sometimes you've not eaten your lunch, you're trying to scramble to do a delivery with a client. There's a timer that's set on my phone. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to shut down and I'm going to just, do some chanting, do some deep breathing, and then, get on with the rest of the day. And also trying to sleep earlier. So before I was staying up till 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So I put an end to all of that because it's just so unhealthy. It doesn't, it keeps you away from the clock when you want to wake up and you're trying to get more productive. And also when you're working, because I have a lot of projects going, I've been busier right now than anywhere else. I'm in an entrepreneurial class that I'm trying to do to develop new products, pivoting my business to see what else I can do with, which is food
And you
related.
also,
But
Nupur, you're also doing online private
yes,
lessons, right?
I
For
teach. Yes,
people?
I teach.
Teach?
I teach Indian cooking, and I do a lot of gluten-free cooking for celiac
Oh, wow,
patients.
that's good.
That's online, but they want to learn Indian recipes. I have a group of kidney stone patients who, like about 30,000 people, that
Wow.
I do Facebook Lives for that group because they're trying to learn a better way of eating. They have a lot of restrictions on what they can or cannot eat. So a lot of students from there, want to come back and learn something. So yeah, so out of the 24 hours, if there's anything left, then I love music. That's absolutely my first love. I love RJing, so I'm always, putting out voice clips here and there. I'm trying to work on my podcast. I don't know when it's going to come to fruition, but those are the things that, I try to do something to nourish my soul every day. And I think out of that, praying is very important. And I think that midday meditation, I really look forward to that because that's the time when you just, whatever else is happening, you're just like slowing down and staying centered. So, your affirmations, whatever is happening for my own good. I am safe, and whatever will happen is for my higher good. So, with that, send blessings to everybody.
We can learn something from there. I'm sure a lot of people will they follow you. They pray, and the people who have been. I think now is the
Well,
time. A lot
I
of
do
people,
have a face. I do
lot of
have a
people.
Facebook group. I do have a Facebook group called Prayer Circle for All, and it's for people of all faiths who can join in. If there's anybody that who is suffering or going through a tough time and could really use a prayer, you can put in a request, and everybody in that group, whatever few
Yes.
hundred people, will pray for you, regardless of whatever religious background you come from. It's called Prayer Circle for All, and everybody's approved. We don't disapprove anybody. It's just a way to find solace. So somebody's having surgery, somebody's going through a tough time, somebody's having a financial crisis. So many prayer requests come in, and we just pray for each and everybody. And I tell people, don't just hit the like button, like write something so the vibrations
Yeah.
of it go out in the universe and that person can really benefit. And I'm telling you, it absolutely works.
One thing I realized from this COVID, which I mean, it's a bad thing, but we can learn. We learn a few things. Like these things, we were not thinking. We were too busy to even think of this.
Yes.
And now I'm feeling that I'm communicating, personally speaking. All my relatives in India, I'm in touch with them, which I didn't have time
Yeah.
to call. Nothing
Yeah.
like that. So we are on a Zoom or we are on the phone call, a conference call, or something. So
Right.
that is a good part. I'm more closer to my family because they're also home right now.
Yeah.
So these are the good parts which we should continue.
Yeah, I think
I think
everyone
we're
has become
connected, but the
closer.
dimension of it or the depth of it is a little bit different. And you'll also see that all the unnecessary frou that you were attaching importance to, like, like going here, going there,
Yeah.
getting dressed, go to this party, go to that party. Who are
I
those
know,
people?
that is not
Like,
important anymore.
So old
I
friends are
mean,
new and new friends are old. I mean, it's just a
yeah,
complete
and
reset
funny
button
thing
for
is,
everybody.
I haven't visited a store in 2 months, and I'm not missing
And
it.
you're fine.
Not missing it. I know. Same here. Same here. I don't need any clothes,
And I'm
right?
alive.
I have enough clothes. So, रत्ना जी, आप
Right,
बताओ
right.
कि आपकी क्या रूटीन होती है? सुबह उठ के क्या करते हो आप? What is your routine in the morning when you get up?
I mean, like I said, I've been following I'm very disciplined where health is concerned. So much so that even when I went to Amsterdam, and you won't believe it, because Amsterdam, the hotel rooms are like super tiny. Like they're not like the US hotel
I
rooms.
know.
Even there, we used to find my space. I have to do my morning when I get up. I have to have like hot water with lemon, and I'll
Oh,
have
me too. I do the same thing. I do the same thing.
apple cider vinegar, and then I have to do my breathing, my meditation, my yoga, and I do rebounding a lot, and that has really helped me. So
Right.
I don't know if you know about rebounding. So
No.
basically, it just like we have lymph nodes in our body. So basically, it helps you to drain out the lymphatic drainage from your
Lymphatic
body,
drainage.
Oh,
and
really?
yes, and it detoxes you. So it's really healthy. So every day, that 10, 15, 20 minutes of cellulizing is what I do. And that has really made like a spectacular difference in my life. And other than that, I usually do the usual: cook, clean, make recipes for my channel, and yes, and pray that everything gets over soon. We are able to meet our friends and family, and I can go back to my work and help out all the people I want to help.
So just one quick tip for our viewers. What do you want to say? Let's do quick tip.
Quick tip, I will just say that just be in the moment. I mean, that's what I've learned. All of us are like running, 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 running. It's just stay in the moment, enjoy yourself, be mindful of everything you do. And that's what life is all about. Just every moment is the most important thing, right? Rather than just running for different things.
And what about you, Nipur? Do you have a quick tip for us, for the viewers?
I can only sing something, and it goes something like this.
Okay.
जब मिले थोड़ी फुर्सत खुद से कर ले मोहब्बत. So all the people who complain time नहीं है, time नहीं है, time नहीं है, बहुत अब time है, अब करा डालो ये
अब time है सबके लिए time है. Oh, I'm really so thankful that you guys came on, and thank you. Thanks so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
coming and sharing your journeys with our viewers and all of us over here, with Rashmi ji and me, and we'll also like to share your. Can you share your social handles with us so that people who can go and check your recipes or they want to try that out? So, Nupur, you want to show us?
So my Facebook page is Queen's Curry Kitchen. The Instagram handle is Queen's Curry Kitchen. The YouTube channel is Queen's Curry Kitchen. I live in Queens. I make curry in my kitchen. Queen's Curry Kitchen.
That sums it up. And what about you, Rashna?
My YouTube
I
channel
want
is
TikTok as Queen's Curry Kitchen as well. So
yeah, my YouTube
me,
is sweetpeas.ny, and so is my Instagram, sweetpeas.ny. And Facebook, I'm still to go there with my recipes, but yes, these are the two places where you can find me.
Great, really great. Thanks again for both of you to, I want you to both to be safe.
Thank you.
And
thank you so much for inviting.
And, just try to, remember what they say, what you have to do, wash your hands and all that stuff. So then, we can all be, I know you guys are very into fashion, passionate about meditation and your health. So please keep it that way and inspire all the viewers on your YouTube channels and your, handles so that people can learn something from there. So I want to thank both of you and thank you, Rashmi ji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And
so wonderful
being for having all of us. And this is Veena Lamba from We the Women. Thank you so much, and we'll meet again soon. Thanks, dear. Thank you both of you
so much. Bye-bye. Thanks
Bye.
for having us.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
मैं हूँ रश्मि बेदी. हमें उम्मीद है ये शो आपको पसंद आया होगा. लेटेस्ट वीडियो के लिए देखते रहिए माई ड्रीम टीवी USA और पसंद आने पर लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग माई ड्रीम टीवी USA.